think of fatherhood, what's the one word that you would use to summarize fatherhood?
Patience, especially with two girls. Because as me being a father, oh man, when they were first born, both of my daughters are a day apart, two different moms. So I was dealing with their moms, but I love both of my children. I was back and forth at both hospitals, Cedars-Sinai in California, back to back, dropping off. I mean, I think I needed that because I was raised by my grandparents, and I feel bad now because I feel like I ran over them. I took them for granted, and I miss that home. And ever since I met my wife's family and how they took me in, I just love the family togetherness. And I bring my daughters to every event we have to, make them inclusive and a part of it. And it feels so good to just sit back, seeing your daughters interacting in intelligent conversation because they're grown now. Like, man, my babies are 23, both of them. And I never saw that coming, but I would say patience because I didn't know a lot. My grandparents, they did the best that they could with me, but I was getting out of control at some point. And when I got out of jail and had two daughters, I stopped all the BS that I was doing. I was serving, I was hanging with the homies, and I was doing nothing with my life. But when I had them, I got a job. And since they've been alive, I always had a job. So that's the good part. Making a hard day's work, make your check. And I used to pick up one of my daughters from school every day after work. It just feels good. But I also felt one of my daughters was far away and I couldn't have them both together at the times I wanted them to. So that kind of hurt me, but the mothers, I have no bad words for them at all. They've been in my corner. They knew when I told them I have another daughter back to back, it took a little time, but we all came together for the common good. Both my daughters graduated on time, both of them in college. One just passed her dental hygienist program, and my other daughter's doing hair at Trey Tech. So I'm proud of that, and that's the best feeling in the world to say, Dad, look at my accomplishments. I just melt inside, so man.
That's actually the second question. What's the greatest aspect or your favorite part about being a father? And I guess that's part of it.
Showing up to their spelling bees or their school plays. My daughter Cameron, who couldn't make it, I was late to her Christmas play in her elementary school, but then when I got there and I put my head up and she saw me and I saw that smile on her face. And she was like, Dad, you made it. I was like, yes, baby, I couldn't let you down. I was coming regardless. And I do the same thing with my other daughter, even though she stays further away. She graduated from Moreno Valley High. I drove out there, surprised her, how they face light up when they see your face. Like, my dad made, that makes them feel so much, that gives them strength. Because for them to see your father there and always the mothers, it's a lot of mama's boys. And, but yeah, man, that's the best part, seeing their accomplishments along the way, seeing their report cards. And my report cards were nothing like that. Like, where did they get this from? Is it from me? But I'm lucky. I was a little down when my daughter Cameron had a baby. I said, why did you do that? Her mother just passed of cancer. And right after her mother passed, my daughter got pregnant, and I didn't know how to handle it. I did not know how to handle it. So I was asking my mother, rest in peace, Mom, what do I need to do? I want a relationship with my daughter. I want to be a grandpa, but I feel she should be working on her education. But then she had her baby, she got back into school, and she's been on a path, and I couldn't be more prouder, man. And I see a lot of my friends' daughters, and I wouldn't let them hang with my daughters, honestly. I know we grew up, my buddies, but their daughters are a little more out there. My daughters are still curious, about life and stuff, but yeah, a lot of my best friends, I would not let them, I would not bring them together. That would just be best.
And honestly, it's funny how you ended that the way you ended it because it segues into the next question.
Oh, okay, I'm on a roll there.
Yeah. And B, what is the most challenging part about being a father for you? What's been the most challenging thing about being a father?
When my kids entered high school and they start calling me less, I was getting worried, like, hey, used to call me. I'd be like, oh yeah, Dad, I'm with my friends. Because they're friends. I know they're important to have friends. Some of their friends have their good intentions, some don't. So I would try to explain to my daughters on my way growing up about how I see friends. Some people are just there, some people are your friend. So distinguish the two. You know, I tell them about that. And I try to tell them so much. They get frustrated with me for trying to fill them with so much street information. Or I try to tell them about it. I say, babe, I was a guy once upon a time, like these young, that was me. So I'm just trying to give you a little heads up of what to expect. You know, whoever you like is who you like. But as time goes on, you're going to get to know them. Is that the best person for you? And I was afraid about them getting boyfriends, and I was worried about them, all that, and getting, because some of these young men are like to mind control these young ladies, you know, and that's unacceptable in my book. But yeah.
How do you hope to be remembered as a father when it's all said and done?
I hope my daughters say about me, my dad was caring. Even though I didn't never spank them, I never wanted to spank them, but I did yell at them when they were smaller. But I hope when I pass, they say, our dad really loved us. He cared about our well-being. I never missed a birthday. I never missed a Christmas. I never missed any holidays. I was there every single step of the way, all the time. Even though we were in different households. I pick up my daughter from school. My other daughter stays far away. I get her on the weekends. I bring her home for the weekend. I take her back Sunday night. You know, so yeah.
I love it.